Welcome into the show tonight. I'm Brian Keating, alongside Carson Cunningham. It's time to crash the boards.
Let's crash the boards. Talk a little Kevin Durant, Thunder, Warriors.
Do we have anything going on?
Have we caught our breath?
Barely. You're right about that. I mean, the Kevin Durant thing, obviously in Oklahoma City, it was the biggest news. It was the biggest news around the country. And gosh, let me ask you just first things first. We had a pretty good idea what the reaction was going to be, right? He was going to get booed. He certainly did get boos. What do you make of the way Kevin was received back in Oklahoma City for the first time?
Of course he was going to get booed. Anyone talking about anything otherwise just need their head.
They're living in la la land.
Need their head examined.
That's right.
And really, when it comes down to it, Kevin Durant gave the fans no choice but to boo with everything he's done since making his decision. I go back all the way for the past 8 years. He said, I want to be the Larry Bird, the Tim Duncan of Oklahoma City. I want my jersey retired in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
I want to play for one franchise. 8 years of hope he built up on his own. No one asked him to do that.
Yep.
And then when he made his decision, no goodbye. He has made zero effort to smooth things over with Oklahoma City, with the fans, with the players, his teammates. He hasn't hardly said a peep about why he decided to leave. He's even gave false reasons like, I just kind of like Steph and Clay. It wasn't about titles.
Get out of
Nobody
town.
believes that. And then you add the fact he joined a 73-win rival. This was set up to be the best rivalry in the NBA for years to come, maybe the best ever. It was a war, and he switched sides.
All those things are exactly right, and there are really good reasons why he got booed. For me, just as an onlooker, I thought it was kind of sad. Not the boos. I just thought it was a sad kind of night. That's Kevin Durant, and he's coming back to Oklahoma City, and it's not the same Kevin Durant we knew. I get why he got booed. I think you're right, and he should have gotten booed. It was no choice for the fans. That doesn't mean it wasn't also sad, because that's Kevin Durant. That was Mr. Oklahoma. 9 months ago, he did go to war against the Warriors. We thought we were going to have a championship parade at some point in Oklahoma City, and he has taken that away. It was sad. All of it was sad. I mean, I don't know how else to break that down. It was it was a melancholy night for all things that had happened and that then you knew never were.
Well, Thunder fans have been sad since he left, and that was really their first chance to let him know just how disappointed they were.
No doubt about it. The game, I think it was the most interesting, least competitive game I've ever seen in my life. The score didn't make any difference, and if you just listen to Thunder fans during the game, you had no idea what the score was because the Thunder were down 20 most of the night, and you acted like it was tied anytime the ball went in the basket, and the players were a big part of that. What did you think when Kevin Durant went nose-to-nose with Andre Robertson?
Well, you know, the Thunder are so good at not saying much, not letting you know how they feel about Kevin's decision. They've said all the right things. But we saw firsthand in front of our own eyes, the gloves were off. Russell and Kevin getting into it, and Robertson and Durant getting into it, nose to nose. They have no respect for the guy because he took the can't beat him, join him route. We talked about it. They went to war for 7 games. And here's what happened in that series. Kevin didn't deliver. The last 3 games, he shot 32%, didn't play anything close to his capability, and that's why they lost the series. Steven Adams came through. Russell was the best player in games 3 and 4. Andre Robertson was a revelation in the playoffs. They felt like Kevin let them down and then joined the enemy. They're never going to have respect for his decision to join a 73-win team. As an MVP, you're the face of the Thunder franchise, and he cut and runs. They have no respect for the guy.
You beat me to the punch. I put no respect. It's obvious they don't respect him. Not only the decision to leave, but the team that he went. They just can't imagine losing the way they lost in the gut-wrenching classic 7-game series to have it in their hands in Game 6. And then you're telling me you're going to play for them? They don't get it. They don't respect his decision. Andre Robertson said as much after the game. Russell Westbrook said as much throughout the course. And the fans, we talked about boo. Whenever the players and Russell Westbrook forgive Kevin Durant, then the fans will forgive Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook doesn't respect Kevin Durant as a competitor. And that's why all the boos. That's why the lack of respect. They don't respect him as a competitor.
And Kevin really took their chance to win a title this year and the years moving forward.
And he stacked the deck the other way.
Yeah, unprecedented.
And for the rest of the NBA, there's no doubt about that. I think what we did find out last night, especially with Kevin Durant in the building, and after Kevin made his decision, all the Russell Westbrook zero Thunder jerseys. They were everywhere. It was Russ's town, but it's really Russell's town officially now.
I go back to when Kevin won the MVP and they played this video. It said Oklahoma City's MVP. That's what Russell is.
Yeah.
That's what he is now.
Yeah.
And really, when I look back on it, Brian, Russell is kind of who we thought Kevin was, the guy who was going to stick it out through thick and thin, who identified with this city. And really, that's Russell. Russell's the guy we thought Kevin was, and it's really cool to see this team take on Russell's personality. You saw no quit, even though they were down big in that game. They came all the way back, cut it to 12, thought they're going to have a chance to be in it late, even though they're completely outmanned against the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Russell is Oklahoma City's MVP, and this franchise is his, hopefully, for the foreseeable future.
Sam Presti obviously has work to do to retool this roster to make it competitive. They have to build around Russell Westbrook. And if they can just get one more guy, the Thunder-Warriors rivalry we thought we were going to get, we will still get it. It will just look a lot different because there is real hate between those teams and the players and the way they look at Kevin Durant. So if Sam Presti can go out and get one more guy to come say, I want to sign up to play with Russell Westbrook, we will get the rivalry we had hoped for. It'll just look different.
The urgency is now. You only have one more guaranteed year of Russell. Sam Presti's got work to do.
It was interesting last night.
It definitely was.
For Carson, I'm Brian. Scratch the boards.